Good afternoon and good evening, friends and enemies. TTRPG is a channel dedicated to the representation of marginalized folk in the TTRPG community. We run TTRPGs and have a really great talk show on the last Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. Pacific. All of our GMs use safety tools such as lines and veils or the X and O system. Content warnings for this show include intense interpersonal relationships, power dynamics, dysphoria, demons. Join the tea party.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to TTRPG and Monsterhearts. I would like everyone to introduce themselves and who you are playing as in your playbook.
Hi, folks. My name is Christina. I will be playing Roger, our vampire.
Hello, my name is Caleb. I will be playing Jordan. Playbook is Infernal.
Hello, I'm Kelsey. Tonight I'm going to be Penny from the Kelpie playbook.
Hi everyone, I'm Miguel. I will be playing Antonio using the Queen playbook. Two does.
And I am Morshadi. I will be playing as the MC. And again, this is Monsterhearts Formations. Another important thing too, we're playing in a band, in particular a drum corps band. And so I also need to know, what are your instruments? Roger, what's your instrument?
Trombone.
Jordan?
Drums.
Penny?
Penny is in the color guard.
Yes! Color guard! Antonio?
Trumpet.
That's fantastic. One thing we didn't establish, everybody, before when we set up our camp, is a camp name. What name do you want to name your camp? You all go to this fantastic camp. You're all best of the best going to this camp. So obviously you know this is a nationwide, international. Everyone knows this camp. What is the name of this very, very important camp? Oh, and Antonio has a name, maybe?
I feel like it should be really corny. Just because I feel like most bands, marching bands have corny names.
Okay.
Maybe with like a pun. Oh God.
What about like a conservatory reference? Like I don't know, that's as far as I've got.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm on the same wavelength. My brain is just not connecting there. Whew.
I like
like
the
one
idea
dot.
of the pun. I also like the idea of something like super pretentious that nobody takes seriously.
Maybe we all call it something goofy when it's actually like really pretentious. So it can be both.
What if the camp, like the real name, is the Formations Conservatory Camp?
Ooh.
And then we
I'm
call
here
it
for it.
something else. I don't know.
It's the FCC. You know, you named the camp the FCC.
Oh no.
That's pretty funny, actually.
You know what? We're gonna go with that. I think.
Well, here we
Great.
are.
But
I love
we need a nickname. Everyone, once we got to the camp, everyone went, "Oh Lord, it's the FCC." But what's the nickname everyone gives this? You all have been here for 2 weeks training under almost a taskmaster of a camp director, a Constance Johnson, who everyone has a nickname for Constance. What's Constance's nickname for as the band director?
Connie.
Connie. I think we also came up with I believe it was Con John.
Oh yeah, Con John. I forgot about that.
That's right. So part of this as well is it is now morning time. It's that whole, you know, it's more, you know, the sun's rising, the morning dew, nice and cold. On our camp, everyone is in their cabins, and Jordan. This kind of camp has that old speaker system that you see in, you know, the stereotypical movies, and music blares out to wake everybody up. What's the song? Because it's not the normal song. It's a band song. What song comes out of that?
So I'm not even joking. I used to work at an instrument and art camp. And every morning there was a counselor who would play the trumpet to wake everyone up. And it was legitimately terrifying. But like, it was just like a straight up salute. And it was very loud, and I don't know the name of the song. But it was just that.
That would be Reveille.
Yep, it was that.
Yep, it was Reveille. This the camp counselor. It's not that one, but it's the groundskeeper that does it every single morning, and it's right through the speakers. Even though all the cabins are right next to each other, it's always through the speakers. You know, and it's inside each and every one of them, and everyone wakes up. You know, so what's the first thing that you're doing, Antonio, when you hear these this Reveille just like waking you up?
You know, I'm already brushing my teeth. Antonio gets up before it even goes off and is showered, wants to be the first one to hit those bathrooms. It's not really wanting to deal with the traffic, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And all of that. There's probably already like a comb or something going through his hair, making sure everything's just kind of like quite right. You know, he got it like cut right before camp, but now it's been 2 weeks. It's getting a little more length than he wants, but you know, he's kind of really starting to feel it finally, like thinking maybe I can just let it go for a bit and kind of see what, you know, where the world takes it, etc. So endless primping, I guess, is what he's doing.
All right. What about you, Penny? You hear this Reveille go off. Are you already awake just like Antonio? Are you going to let Antonio beat you to the punch?
No, Penny is definitely like wake up with like half closed eyes, bedhead when the trumpet goes off, like does not want anything to do with it, but has no choice. So she like sits upright very slowly and like doesn't open her eyes yet. And she's like, really? And kind of like dawdles around in the cabin for a little bit and wants to go be in the bathrooms at a different time than everybody else. So just kind of like picking out rehearsal clothes for the day and making sure her flag bag is in order and stuff like that.
And Roger, what about you? How are you feeling? Did you even sleep last night?
Not that much, maybe a few hours. So he's going to be last out the door of the cabin. Absolutely last. We'll probably pull the pillow over his head and try and catch maybe 30 minutes while everyone's getting ready and roll out of bed at the last second. Put some product in his hair and just go. But definitely is not forgetting that SPF 100.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, like, is it just that you just need a little bit extra protection then?
I think he's very careful about his skincare. So there's always SPF being applied, reapplied, probably some sort of visor, big hat, wearing a lot of heavy clothes, as little skin exposed as possible. So probably not as comfortable in the summer.
Okay. And Jordan, you hear Reveille go off. What do you do?
I jump right up immediately because I want to be like the first person ready and out at ready to practice. So I'm jumping up, I'm getting dressed really fast, I'm grabbing my drums, and I'm going.
Was this something? Was this normal for you last year before you met and made your deal?
Not so much. um, Definitely would prefer to sleep in. Um, However, I am up and I'm ready to impress.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so Jordan, you're the first one out. Everyone, you're just like done, gone, and everyone just kind of looks at you and going. You go out and you head outside, and the first person you see is the band director, Constance. They're standing right there in front of you, and they're just looking at you, and she's like, "Come here."
Yeah, I'm here.
And they just kind of like take you and they just grab you by the shoulders, and they say, "You know what's important? Today's the big day, right?
Yes, I'm prepared.
Are you sure? You know
Yes,
you know what the deal was, right?
I'm very aware.
Okay. What was the deal, Jordan?
The deal was that I would have the best drumming skills of all time.
In exchange for?
In exchange for I would be the most loyal band member, and I would make sure to push everyone else to be a better band member. And I'm going to lead this band to greatness.
Well, that's good, Jordan. Well, make sure you're prepared for today. Make sure to go have a good breakfast too.
Oh, right, food.
Yeah,
Okay.
Food. It's very important.
Okay,
You know,
I'll
breakfast, most important meal of the day.
eat. Okay, because you told me to, I'll go eat.
Yes, because I told you to.
Yes.
Yes. Antonio, are you in the same cabin as Jordan?
I don't believe so. I think Antonio's in cabin 6. I just decided they have numbers. I don't know if we ever went with that, but
We didn't, but it's fine.
you know, but no, probably
Cabin
making his
6.
way out by now.
Yeah. Cabin 6 only has, each cabin only has 6 beds. And so 3 of them obviously you have with your buddies. Who are your buddies?
So I've got my gang, so to speak. So the book calls them. I don't know, my crew, my homies, the delightful trio. I call them sometimes when I want to praise them. There's Cliff, there's Martina, and then there's Red. Great peeps,
Where did they come from? Where did you find them? Where'd you pick them up?
Here at camp, we met being cabin mates, and they've also always glommed on to me, sort of see me as a leader, which I fully embrace. And it's sort of a help me help you situation where I feel like I'm helping them become the best versions of themselves, and they're helping me with whatever I want.
Who's the one that you're most attached to?
Red, definitely. She doesn't speak a lot, but when she does, just the wisdom that comes out of here is immeasurable. Also does things the other two I don't think have the stomach for.
So Martina and sorry, I had this.
Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff. Yes, I apologize.
Oh, Cliff.
I had him written down. Martina and Cliff are just waking up, just totally as well. Just
Mm-hmm.
and they're just, but Red's on the ball as well.
Right.
Like ready to, was outside the door. In fact, actually, probably was awake before you, just to do anything you need.
Right. I imagine Red's gone to the cafeteria and back already, has like a little 4 thing of coffee, a little 4 top of coffee is ready to go. you know,
All right.
no
In
cream, no
the-
sugar
No cream, no sugar.
for anyone. No, I don't. I
Not
don't
for
allow
me.
it.
You don't allow it. Absolutely not. All black, just black coffee. Okay. In that same, you still there's two more beds in there. Elijah, the senior bad member is in there as well. He's also getting ready. He's almost ready as well. And he looks over and says, "Where's mine?"
I sort of look at Red, and I look at Elijah, and I just sort of point. I say the mess hall's 500 yards that way, Elijah. You know where it is, and you know how your feet work.
I do know. I'm just saying, it's just like I help everyone else out here. I'm just trying to help out. You could just reciprocate a little bit, but it's okay. I know that you've got your little crew.
I kind of go up. Is Elijah like still in bed, like getting up, getting out, or
he's almost ready. Like just kind of like putting that last little bit of his on his tie.
I go up and just kind of like pat him on the shoulder and say, well, tomorrow's a new day. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll have 5. And I just walk out the door.
Yeah, maybe. And he's like, yeah, sure. He kind of gives you that slap, on the side.
Sure.
And he ends up walking out. The other person that's there is Natalie. That is the hippie chick that you all are wondering why are they in camp? But she's still in bed. Like all her stuff is tossed everywhere. It's like tossed on part of your bed now because you woke up early, but the reveille went off. It just like, but what do you do?
I sort of like kick the corner of her bed a little and see if it wakes her up. I turn to Cliff. I say, Cliff, you're big. Could you maybe just shake this out a little? Like ask him to just kind of like shake the bed to wake her up.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, sure, huh? And he goes over and just honestly just and knocks her out of bed. Oh, is it morning?
Sure is.
Oh, thanks for waking me up. I wouldn't want to mix breakfast. She gets up, just kind of grabs a blanket, puts it over herself, and walks out.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Fanny, in your cabin, let me ask you a question. It's more of a process. You have a someone that you are going out with.
Yes.
These cabins are essentially you're all adults, essentially. Did you want to be in the same cabin as the person you're going out with?
Yeah, I think we'd be in the same cabin.
Okay. So it's you and Veronica. Is who the person you're going out with. Like, she's waking up as well, and she just kind of going to bed. Going to the bathroom as well. And Bradford got assigned there. Nice, tall, from Connecticut. He's that guy. And he's kind of giving her some side eye. Like, just, what do you do?
Like in a disapproving way, or
No, just kind of more over an appreciative way.
All right. I'm going to accidentally knock over my flag bag just so it like clips him in the back of the ankle.
Okay. What the hell?
Oops.
Oops, that's all you gotta say?
Yeah.
Oops. Like, how do you
Happens all
knock
the
over?
time.
Hey, you know what? You gotta take care of your equipment, okay? And he picks
Maybe
it
you
up.
should watch. Maybe you should watch where you step. You know, overstepping can be have some serious consequences.
Oh, is that right? Is that right? And he bends down, picks up your stuff, and goes, "Just take care of it."
Thank you. I will.
All right. And he goes over and just like rubbing his feet back, and Ozzy's heading out. Ashley, in the corner, is just like laughing, just looking at you, and just nice. Also getting ready. What do you do now?
So I'm just kind of like trying to hang back a little bit and wait till like everybody else is done in the bathroom. So I can have like all that space to myself. And just go about normal business. And then I would probably come back to the cabin very briefly and wait for Veronica to be ready, and then we'd head toward the mess hall for breakfast.
Okay. And you do. Everyone ends up leaving. Ashley leaves. This is one of the more emptier cabins for whatever reason. And it's just you and Veronica left. And she comes out, and she says, "Wow. Okay. You ready to go?"
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. Oh, what happened to Bradford?
Oh, he just wasn't watching where he stepped.
Oh, okay.
He's fine, I'm sure.
So you both go out. Roger. You are in your cabin, and one of your roommates is Chad.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, it's Chad. Everyone's gotta love a Chad, right? Everyone's gotta have a Chad in their life.
They're useful for certain things, I suppose.
Indeed, they are useful for certain things. In this case, Chad's... Damn him, he's such a prodigy. But, what's he doing right now?
Oh, he's probably marking his scores, checking on things, just kind of showing off that, yeah, he's got it memorized. Well, he is on his way to breakfast as well. What a Chad.
What a Chad. You also have Nicholas, who is just kind of like watching you off to the side and just looking at you and going, you don't need to have like all that lotion on there. You only need a little bit for every couple of hours.
Maybe you do, Nicholas. I don't want to look like I'm 50 when I'm 25. Thank you.
Okay, I guess it's not.
I'm going to age like fine wine. What are you going to age like, Nicholas?
One day at a time.
And those days grow longer every day, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got some luggage.
Okay. Jordan, you are the first one that gets to the cafeteria. And as such, it is completely empty. It's got a spread out, like it's got a really nice spread of breakfast, but you are laser focused on something on there. What is your favorite food there?
I'm definitely a person of simple foods. I'm probably looking for some like scrambled eggs and some toast with butter. And I'll probably put the eggs on the toast and eat it very quickly.
Okay. So as you're there shoveling in, just like...
Nope.
Yep. Everyone else is starting to pile in. Except for Antonio, because Antonio, you've already eaten. Why you gotta show up? You've got your coffee. You've had your food already. But everyone else is coming in, and Jordan, behind you, as you're eating, is Jason, who then just bumps right into you as you're eating.
What was that for?
Oh, sorry. Like, what, didn't mean to hit you. He's carrying just like his drumsticks, just constantly spinning them.
Well, I hate that. Okay.
Yeah. but he's just he's that guy, right? He's just constantly just doing that. He's just, But Jason, he's the guy who likes, who's really, really good, right? But he just, whatever. He has his own band. No one really knows why he's here. So what do? He's just like standing there, just flipping this thing around your head.
I'm gonna get out my own drumsticks.
Oh, and do what?
Start spinning it back.
Oh,
I wish I had something. I have a marker.
You have a marker? All right, let's see. Yeah, you win.
Great.
Is that right? Is that what you want to go with, huh?
Yep.
And he's just like, all right then. And he like reaches back and he's got both now. He's like, what do you got? What do you got, Jor?
I have another pen.
And he's just like, he's now just flipping them around as well. Have you stood up? Are you still sitting down?
I'm still sitting down.
Oh, he's still sitting down? Okay. So you're just like doing the exact same thing back at him?
Yes.
Oh. He's like, whatever. He starts turning away and he just like, but you can sense it coming. And he like flips him around and he goes to pop on the back of your head. What do you do?
Can I try to block?
Yeah, you sense it. You sense it coming.
Okay, so I'll try to block.
Okay. Let's do a shut someone down.
Okie dokie. Ooh, well, even without my modifier, I rolled a 9. What is my modifier? Is that plus volatile?
Cold.
Oh, well then it's an 8.
An 8? Okay. You have to choose one from the list.
Yes, I do. Where did it go? What if I was on the correct page?
So you do one of the following. You get one of the following. So they lose a string on you, but you don't have any strings between each other.
Yeah.
If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them.
Okay.
They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward.
Ooh.
But because it was a 7 to 8, you come across poorly, and
Okay.
they give a condition in return.
Okay. Then I guess I'll take 1 forward, and they can give me a condition.
All right, fantastic. So you are going to take 1 and 4. You do sense it coming, right? And then you just something in your senses, and you just reach up and go, oh! But you went a little too far, and you just jab him right in the solar plexus with your drumsticks. And everyone around you saw, and they're like, "What the hell, Jordan?" Right? Because you just like. And you come back and you look and you broke off with 1 tip off one of the drumsticks.
Off my drumsticks?
Off your drumsticks.
Oh no! I'm sure I have extras. But
I'm sure you have plenty.
That's still unfortunate.
These are just your normal everyday drumsticks. The ones you just keep around just in case. All right. Okay. The condition you're going to take is let's go with. Let's see. Everyone sees you as like you're just trying to take out the competition. How do I want to put that out? What do I want to call that? ambitious.
Okay.
Because everyone knows that you and Jason are like neck and neck as the drummers. And so everyone knows, like, now everyone's like, oh, that's how Jordan's gonna win? By attacking Jason? Now, and Jason's just milking it for all it's worth. He's on the ground. Just that, I can't breathe.
He's fine.
Call my mom. Just that whole way. Antonio, I think you do come in and you see this. I think you just saw this. Just saw Jordan just jab Jason in the that in the chest. What do you do?
I think I compliment Jordan. I just see Jason go, good form.
Go right ahead.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was very excellent. Your positioning is top notch.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, he deserved it. So
Even if he didn't, it looked great.
Penny, you and Veronica showed up as well, right behind, and you see Antonio and Jordan talking off to the side. What are you two doing? You're seeing Jason on the ground, being like surrounded by people, now carrying him off.
Is Antonio still holding his coffee?
Oh yeah.
So Penny walks in right next to Veronica and kind of like takes in the whole situation, looks around, looks at Jason, looks at Jordan, looks at it, like looks at everything, and then looks at Antonio and is like, coffee will stain your teeth, right?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
And then I'm gonna walk right past him and go pour myself a large bowl of very sugary cereal.
Well, that's something. Veronica, just kind of, that was, Penny, that was mean.
And?
She goes and grabs, just some quick eggs and just walks off. What she does, though, is goes and sits down, and immediately Bradford sits across from her, and they're just chatting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Roger, you don't eat, but you gotta put up the pretenses, right? So you're in the cafeteria, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go get a small, maybe one of the muffins, a piece of fruit, a giant thing of coffee, just absolutely massive. And I'm gonna do that little kid thing where you break it up and you move it around on your plate so it looks like you've eaten it when you absolutely have not. Fruit, parts of it get kind of pitched on the floor because that'll just disintegrate, that'll biodegrade just fine. Yeah, and I think I'll probably go sit by Penny, actually, and yeah, with my giant coffee and pouring my supplements in the coffee.
Just the extra dash of, you gotta have that extra dash.
Absolutely.
What do you two talk about?
I'll just kind of hey Penny, is that guy bothering your lady?
And I'm assuming I'm sitting near Veronica and Brandon. I'm just gonna look at Brandon, or Brandon is his name?
Bradford from Connecticut.
Bradford from Connecticut. Yeah. I'm assuming he also heard, and I'm just gonna look at him, be like, I don't know.
And they're close enough that you can hear a couple of words here and there, and you just hear yeah, No, yeah, and then words like dropping in and out because it's far enough away that the noise level in the cafeteria just like, and you just hear like ha from sounds, and it just like cuts right out, and you hear words like later, and you just Veronica's just talking, just chit chatting back and forth, and Bradford doesn't seem like he's doing anything, but right. But he's just not. He just kind of gives you just a side look at you, and this turns back to Veronica. He's given her all of his attention for the most part.
Well, I trust Veronica. I just want to make sure that Bradford knows that I don't like him. But I think I've already done that enough for the morning, so maybe I'll wait till after the morning rehearsal to try again.
What are you gonna do?
Bother him. Who knows? Maybe he gets a little out of place in his drill and comes a little close to me with my equipment. Who knows? We'll see.
I look forward to watching. That sounds hilarious.
Doesn't it? Sounds tasty.
Plenty of woods in this area. That's all I'm saying. In case you have to, like, do what you need to do.
What would I need the woods for? Nonsense.
Woods, mud, lake, whatever. The lake is pretty deep. I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, it is.
They say a lot of things, The final person that walks into this area, and everyone kind of turns, and they're just like, they're just like, hey, is someone by the name of Horatio. You all know Horatio. I think does everyone like Horatio?
Not particularly.
I don't think Antonio you like anyone in particular.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you respect Horatio though? Because they have their shit together, like everything. Like whenever someone talks about having a problem, Horatio's got like the answer to it, the solution to it, the supplies for it. Like, oh yeah, you need anything? Oh, here, like they'll pull out their wallet and just hand you money if you need it. Like they're just that person.
I like Horatio, but Horatio is also too nice, so I'm suspicious of Horatio.
You're suspicious of Horatio? What is it
Yeah.
about Horatio that's suspicious? I mean, just other than they're too nice.
They're also like too prepared. Like who is prepared that well? Like either they're serious like scout or they're up to something.
So Horatio comes by and just kind of looks and says like, "Hey everybody, how you doing?"
I just kind of give a head nod. I think I'm in the same boat as Roger. Like, yeah, they're nice, but there's something a little off there too.
You say this out loud?
Oh no, I'm just just explaining.
I'm just saying, if you want to say it out loud, it's totally fine. Like,
No. Penny usually keeps that to herself.
Okay.
Yeah, just a head nod as Horatio walks by.
I see.
Mm-hmm. I say, hey Horatio, I heard Jason might have broken a rib. You have like a bandage or something for him?
Oh no, I mean we do have a clinic. I don't see him around. Did they take him over there?
Maybe you should check. I don't know. He looked pretty banged up.
Okay, I'll go check on him a little later. I do need to get some food though. Oh, I'm really hungry. So, and he runs over and just every scoop that he does, it's like the perfect scoop. You have that thing. Whenever someone makes you a sandwich, it's always delicious. If someone else makes it, yeah, it's that same thing. Like when they put their food on there, it looks just way better than you could have ever put it on a plate. Like, just, god damn it, Horatio. And then he ends up leaving. Like, he's just and walks out. Like, what is it with you? I don't understand.
I'm just irrationally angry. I just look at the plate. He didn't even take a picture and post it.
Right?
Sociopath.
Yeah. They even poured the syrup on there in just such a way that it didn't even spill. It would, like, hit the event horizon of the pancake and it didn't spill out. Yeah. They're
Okay.
that good.
That made me mad. I was like not that mad, but now that's the line. Absolutely not.
You see?
Mortal enemies now.
Yeah, same page.
Yeah. This will probably make you the maddest, probably, though. That because of the time they came in, the butter was just the right temperature and softness.
I haven't even eaten that ticks me off.
Breakfast is over. Everyone's going out to get their equipment because it's time. It's time to get out into the field and get practiced. It's about 9 a.m. at this point. Everyone gets a nice breakfast and time to chill out. What is it that you do? Where do you go from here? Other than going to get your instruments.
I take no time to chill out. I run. I get my drums. I am there by 8:55.
I think it would depend on which field we're going to. If it's a really far away one, then it would be a little different than the other two.
So the two fields are equidistant from the cafeteria, right in the middle.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to the old practice field. Okay.
No. Because there's like the good practice field, right? But today is the decision maker of, well, who gets to practice on the good practice field, and then the not so good practice field at the bottom. That's the one that's all torn up and a little uneven, and it doesn't get aerated as often as it should. It's still got everything else.
Yet.
Yeah, that's not the one you want. Just. But today's that decision.
So I think Penny would have hung around for just like a couple more minutes around the mess hall and, just sat around with Veronica, maybe a couple of the other percussionists that were, dragging their feet a little bit. And then would head to the field a little bit before the rest of them, because as a member of the color guard, a good member of the color guard, she has to go do her stretches and warm up stuff before the rehearsal starts.
All right. So you're there already on the field, ready to go. Antonio, what about you?
Antonio's definitely going to let Cliff take care of picking up his equipment for him. Cliff, Martina, and Red, they know the drill. They know where my stuff is, locker combo, all of that. I take a little me time, head off into the I guess the northern part of the woody area. And I kind of like unclench or you know what I mean? And as I do, there's sort of like a pinkish tint that takes over my hair, and then sort of like the little lines kind of grow out from here. And I take off my shoes and just feel like the grass and dirt underneath, and then like just kind of feel out to the mycelium, the like kind of underground fungal network, and then try to use that to discern the thoughts of my three minions of Cliff, Martina, and Red. I just want to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Red and Martina are going and grabbing your equipment from the equipment room, and they're you can sense them, and you're seeing all that. And they're running up and just moving people out of the way, and they're just making sure Cliff is kind of blocking everybody. They're just and they're just like, nah, you can wait. You can just wait. And the other two, they're carefully grabbing your equipment and walking out. And then Cliff is like, go right ahead. And they're now heading out to the field looking for the perfect spot. Where do you send them on? What's your perfect spot on the field?
It's like not like 100% in the front, but still where we're going to be noticeable, but it could also maybe, if we need to, slink back behind some, if things aren't looking hot, like put someone in front of us to kind of take the attention off, kind of deal. Definitely want to, some options depending on what happens. But if I sense them heading towards the field, that's when I kind of like put myself back together, and then I sort of just like shake my hair out in a bunch of just like fungal spores just kind of come out and then go off into the wind, just wherever they will, and then they just head towards the field.
Okay, that's fantastic. The forests, and I don't know if you noticed this, but like the forest just kind of almost like breathes along with you as you walk out because of everything you're leaving behind. It may be just something that whenever you walk into a forest, it almost seems like it's breathing. Sometimes it's a sense. It's maybe
Oh
the
yeah.
same thing for you. You can feel it, or maybe not. You don't know yet. This is something that's very new to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Roger, what about you?
Well, I need to go grab my trombone, but I'm gonna go take a look at the first aid tent just to check on Jason. That was a rough blow. Just making sure that see if he's resting or if any bandages got left behind. Just checking on my supply.
Okay. As you head over to the clinic tent, and you just like, just that you wipe it off, you swipe it away. Jason is inside, and he's got like he's got his shirt off, and he's just gonna like wiping it away. It's just a scratch, it's not like it's anything. He's like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
I needed some bandages. I expect to have blisters on my feet after the intense marching we're going to be doing, and I'm thinking ahead. I thought you got hit really hard.
Yeah, I did. That Jordan kid, like, trying to take me out.
Yeah, they look like they really did a number on you. It's so fierce.
Hey, listen, they could have broken that bone in there, whatever that thing is called in that area, and could have killed me. I watch videos and stuff.
Your sternum.
Yeah, that thing.
Where do you think your heart is?
I don't know, something right there.
I,
Like, yeah, there. I don't know.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna press on his chest. It's there. Now, a sternum break wouldn't puncture your heart, but it would rib, and I'm gonna like roll my hand down the side and kind of push a little bit. Now that might be a little bit of a problem. So next time you want to block one of these, and I'll kind of pop him back against the in the chair.
Okay, I want you to. I actually, because Jason's having feelings here. I want you to turn someone on.
Yeah. Oh gosh, 12.
Well, now, you gained a string on Jason.
Awesome.
And I get to choose a reaction from below. Let's see. I give myself to you. I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed. Yeah, I get embarrassed and act awkward. This is just, I got my shirt off, and listen, I'm gonna give myself this because I don't look like this in real life. I've got like that defined pec, the one that you're like, this guy doesn't work out. He just has this body until he turns 25, and it just like goes away, right? And he's just you got your hand on him, and you're just like pressing. Yeah, I should, I need to go and get, my, the, pata pum pum, parapa. I gotta go. Now.
Ice it. Ice.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, and he just starts rubbing in, yes, there, Jenna, oh no, and he grabs his shirt and just, boom, gone.
Idiot. Looking for the medical waste, any blood?
Just little tissue bandages and stuff of just like that he wiped off there. Everything's cleaned up at night. It's a regular camp. They're not gonna keep any like whole bloods, or anything of that nature here.
Yeah. Ugh. All right. I'm not that desperate yet. I'm gonna leave it and go get my trombone and head to the field.
Indeed. You do gain a string on Jason for a later time. Jordan, as you head to get to the field, you just see this like tent just like burst open. Jason's like putting his shirt on, just like booking it towards the music, the equipment room. And then you were coming up onto the field, and Conjon's there. And goes, Jordan! Here.
Yep. I'm there.
Why did you attack Jason?
He tried to attack me.
Well, considering he's got a wound on his chest, considering you have nothing,
That means I did a good job.
that means I gotta take you out of the running today.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. There's gotta be an investigation first.
He attacked me. Everyone saw it.
Yeah, no. Everyone, I've already asked a couple people who came running to me, and they said that you attacked Jason.
He was trying to hit me in the back of the head. He was trying to make sure that I couldn't be here today.
I heard from these people. That's why I said there's got to be an investigation. There's some cameras in the cafeteria. We're going to look at it. But right now, you're off the field. What do you do?
I am in shock.
I want you to keep your cool. So that would be you're rolling with cold.
Okay. Not good at cool. 7.
All right.
Oh god,
So-
I'm gonna actually cry. Oh god,
Okay.
no. This is so bad. This is so
So-
bad.
So, you can... Let's see how would I want to do this. You can fight this, right? But it will cause you to lose some... to gain some more conditions. And it may or may not leave you to get on the field today. Or you could back down for a second, let them do the investigation. Either way, you're probably not going to get on the field. But one way will allow you to probably get cleared of what happened.
I'm like looking at my moves right now and seeing if there's anything I can do, but there's
Yeah.
really not.
Let me know.
Okay.
Take a look at that. Penny, you see Jordan just fighting with the band director out in the distance now that you've gotten your equipment. What do you do? You're just seeing him just like kind of freaking out a little bit.
I'm thinking to myself, like, well, that's one way to get the director's attention. And I'm gonna like set my stuff on the field, like just close enough to try to overhear what they're saying, but not so close that I'm like, right there, just close enough.
Okay. And you hear the exact same conversation we just had. It's like, we just got to run an investigation. You just got to chill out, but you're off the field for today. I'm sorry, but all I have is just, you're not hurt, but he's got a wound on him. We had to patch him up.
All right, I'm just gonna keep this information to myself for now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull out my equipment, my rifle, the fiberglass rifle, not a real rifle for anybody who's not familiar with Marching Band Color Guard. It is not real. It is entirely fake for spinning. I'm just gonna pull it out and start doing like warm-ups and kind of looking around, see if there's any other drama that I can like witness as I'm casually minding my own business and warming up.
Okay. Antonio, as you are coming back from the forest, you're noticing Jordan. All this same interaction with Jordan. You're farther away, but you're noticing that same kind of energy coming off of Jordan. Very upset. What do you do? But you see Brad and your crew out there is already on the field. They're ready for you to come.
I consider like looking longer, or I just see it. I go and I kind of see how Jordan's reacting to. Or I'm not, kind of curious about what's happening there, but I'm just like, no, not your day, and then just go to find
Just keep going
my
on.
yeah.
Okay. And then Roger, you come out of that tent, just like after this whole encounter, and you see the exact same scene. Jordan just being just shut down, and they can't. And you're just seeing this, just an entire scene. What do you do?
Well, is Jason is that who
Yeah,
was on
Jason.
the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Is Jason like actively like running away?
Like, yeah, he booked it across to the equipment room. Like,
Okay.
he's like, gone.
I'm just gonna kind of point that out to Jordan. Just he looks fine to me. Just
Yeah, I mean,
saying.
I didn't even think I hit him that hard.
You didn't. I just saw him. He's fine.
You
I
hear
get
that? He's fine.
I get that he's fine, but he still has a wound that we had to clean up. And like I said, we have to look for an investigation. We have to look at the cameras and everything. I will let you know when you can come back on the field. Jordan, what is it you want to do?
I'm gonna let it happen.
Okay. So what are you gonna do in the meantime? Like, you've got your drums. You're sitting on the edge of the field. Everyone is starting to go out there without you.
I'm gonna stand off to the side. And I have my drums. And I'm gonna practice directly next to the field. Because I still want to be better. And it's very important to me. So I'm just gonna practice by myself.
As everyone is getting onto the field, just from behind you, Jordan, you hear this. You hear the first opening song that everyone practices first thing in the morning, just like softly on some drums, as Jason passes by you, just like and gets onto the field.
Now I'm a little bit angry.
What do you do?
And now I'm playing angrily.
Okay. If we could do, let's just take a quick break. As we close out to that for now, and leave Jordan off to the side while everyone else is on the field practicing to be their best.
I'm also practicing my BMS. It's also
Yes,
on the side.
but not on the field.
Okay.
We'll be right back. And we're back. Last we left off, it was morning time, and Jordan, you were angrily just beating out the same songs as everyone else. You're still going, "Arr!" It's now the afternoon. You did not take a break. Even when everyone else went to lunch, you were still out there. You needed to give that 2,000%, no matter what.
Who needs food? Not
Exactly.
me.
Who needs food? You ate. You are living off the energy of drumming.
Yes,
It is
always.
The energy of the universe is drumming. All of it. But you're kind of getting a little dizzy now. Because even though you are the infernal, you still need like sustenance and shade and water, things of that nature. Let's say, I'm gonna put it out there that Elijah is now out there with you, and just is standing there, because you're still beating away. You know, it's Jordan. Okay.
Yes,
We're done now. You come inside.
I'm not done.
We are. And he like puts his hands on your drumsticks and your drum. Jordan, it's okay. Let's go inside.
How am I gonna get better if I go inside?
You're okay. And he just kind of turns around, and he looks you right in the eye. Like, look at me right now, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You are amazing. Okay? Just because you didn't get on the field today does not diminish that at all. But you need to come inside because you are about to fall down. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And he still has his hand on your drumsticks. 'Cause I think you'd start
Yeah,
keep going.
because
And
if he lets go, I'm gonna keep drumming as we walk.
yeah. And as you both walk over to the equipment room, where's everyone else? Antonio, where are you?
Oh, probably just sitting at a table in the cafeteria in the old canteen, if you will, with the delightful trio. You know, I'm actually doing something very out of character, I think, and that is I'm putting together a little care package. It's like a grilled cheese and like a little apple juice box that I'm giving to Martina to bring out to Jordan.
So you're doing it yourself?
I mean, no, Cliff's doing it, but I'm making sure to kind of inspect it. I want to make sure everything looks, like I want to make sure he did. I mean, Cliff's a great crunk, you know what I mean? But every now and then you gotta like double check his work.
Absolutely.
And I do, and it's like it looks great. I'm like, Cliffy, thank you. This just looks fantastic. And then it's sort of like mindlessly, like I don't even realize I'm doing it, I think. But I just shake out my hair a little bit and then just without even thinking about it, get some of that spore dust on the sandwich.
Okay.
But now it's ready.
Now it's ready. Okay, fantastic. Martina's like, I'll take it right to Jordan. And like, out. Is there anyone else out in there with you, or you made sure there's no one else?
I'd like to think that there may be other people, because I'm assuming they're like long tables, right? Like bigger than just for like four.
Yeah, just like, long, those like stereotypical camp long tables, I'm
in a generous mood, right? So I'm not pushing, I'm not saying like, sorry, seats taken kind of situation, right? It's not like the bus scene in Forrest Gump or anything. Anyone, as long as they're not like between me and my homies, anyone can sit on like on the exterior, right? In our orbit, so to speak. Right, I allow it.
Okay. Yeah, everyone, at this point, food's done. It's kind of one of those like there's like little snacks that you can come get like in a hotel where you can just kind of come grab it. People can hang out in here. What about you, Penny, and you, Roger? What are you doing in the meantime?
I'm definitely in the tent, in the shade, out of the sun as quick as possible, off the field. Boom. I'm probably reapplying. Uh, yeah.
So you're just reapplying it, more SPF on yourself.
Yes, and pretending to eat again.
Oh, okay. Nicholas walks in and says, make sure that's not the one that has like aluminum in it, because that will get into your pores and block you up, and then like you can like get all like you get skin rashes and break out and stuff. So especially
no.
since you wear so much of it.
Nicholas, am I breaking out?
No, you have remarkably wonderful skin.
That's so kind of you, Nicholas. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're looking into formulations then, if you know about this aluminum. I'm sorry I made that comment about your aging earlier. Um, it was just a knee-jerk reaction. So it's a good thing you're looking into this. You should take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, and he like goes past you to find like some band-aids, because his fingers are all torn up from the today, and he's just like bandaging them up. Just kind
That
of
looks
looking
like
back
it
at you.
hurts.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Working hard.
Yeah,
It's good.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Files that away.
What are you intending for Nicholas here?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Keeps ripping himself up like that. He's going to become mighty interesting.
Well, it's a lot of it's just more sore. Maybe eventually some blisters will form. I don't know if that's what you are into.
I'm still feeling like I'm not that desperate yet. Just making notes in my mind of who's a little reckless with their body.
I think you all are. Everyone here is a little reckless. In particular, a certain one of you.
Youth.
Youth. Petty, what about you?
So I am actually going to, I'm gonna like eat my lunch with, the gang and all that. And at some point before we all get back on the field, I'm gonna go find Jason and like pull him aside for a minute.
Okay. Jason is actually down in the southern area where the practice rooms are, and he's just kind of down there, just hanging out behind them instead of being in the practice rooms, practicing like he's supposed to.
So I walk over and I'm like, hey Jason, I need to tell you something. I've got a message for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Natalie asked me to tell you that she wants you to meet her by the lake after dinner tonight.
That, I guess. I mean, it's not usually where we meet. Why would she want me to?
Just passing on a
Why would she
message.
send
Maybe she wants
you?
to change it up. I'm friends with Natalie.
Why no? I guess. All right. I guess I'll meet her down there tonight.
Cool. All right. Message delivered. I'm leaving now, and I'm gonna turn around and
Bye.
walk back to my.
Say hi to Jordan for me.
I'm just like toss like a thumbs up over my shoulder.
Jordan, you get back to the equipment room with Elijah, and at that point, Elijah has been able to get your drums and away from you. Your sticks, on the other hand, those are just like melded
Not getting those.
to your hands.
They're mine.
Yeah, they're yours. Those are just like. And he turns to you and says, "Let's go get you something to eat and something to drink. And to everyone in chat, hydrate. All right, let's go. And as you're walking out, Martina walks up. And with a little bag lunch. And just, she's standing there very, like, and just goes, what do you do?
Is that for me?
And she doesn't say anything. She's just holding out. Elijah goes,
okay.
I think you're supposed to take it.
I'll take it.
Do you just with your 2 drumsticks? You just like
Drumstick still in hand.
And then she just marches right back off towards the cafeteria. Jordan, what do you say?
Thank you. That was so weird.
Yeah, what really? Do you think Antonio sent her?
I guess. I mean, she doesn't really do anything on her own.
That's true, but I mean, Coach might have sent her.
No. Couldn't have.
Nah. I don't know.
I'll open it.
And Elijah looks into. What's in there?
There's a grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese, the best lunch.
There's like an apple juice box, and I think like a cookie maybe, or like some like orange slices.
A cookie? That's so fancy. That's a legit lunch.
Like, nice. All right.
And like there's also like a little handwritten note, right?
Oh.
And it just says great practice today, slugger. And then it's just a little hyphen, and it says Tony, and then the I has like a little, instead of the dot on the I, it's a little smiley face.
Oh.
Wait, that's adorable. Stop it. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll eat it.
Yeah.
A little bit flustered, but I'll eat
Yeah,
it.
you love a little flustered. Jeez. So, all right. So Elijah turns to you and says, "Come on, let's go by the lake. Let's go eat your lunch. You need to chill out. The lake's kind of nice at this time of day." And as you both head down towards the lake, Roger, what are you doing at this point now? As Nicholas has left the tent.
I was probably spying a little bit on Jordan, receiving the lunch and just kind of being like, what is going on? Also kind of going through the what's going on with Antonio, like, having kind of the same conversation in my mind with myself. And I'm also checking out these cameras that are supposedly here, because I didn't know that there were cameras. And if they review the footage, there's going to be some issues with those, with that footage. And I don't think I will be incredibly visible on that. So that could be a big issue for me. So I'm just like looking where they are, kind of like checking out the wires, seeing where they go.
Well, the only place here that is kind of an all-encompassing location is the groundskeeper's lodgings, which is both like office, administrative, shed, and his like cottage area, which is right next to the field. But he does a lot of his stuff at night. So because he does his stuff at night, he sleeps during the day when all y'all kids are so damn loud playing your instruments. So he's a little grumpy, but you can see him moving around in there. So you probably suspect that it's actually in there is where these cameras are, or the equipment is that records.
Great. That's something to check out when it's maybe a little darker, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'll just, if Jordan is still there, I just want to give them kind of a reassuring, like, you're doing good. If there's anything I can do,
Like as you're walking
you
down,
can
Jordan, do you see
fuck.
Roger behind you?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, we gotta take down Jason somehow. I this is not okay with me.
He wasn't that hurt, really.
Yeah, no, and he tried to hit me first. So I don't know what his deal is. I don't know who talked to Kanjan about me. I He needs to stop.
Sometimes these things just have to play out, which is unfortunate. But I have a sneaking suspicion that you will come out happier than he will. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
I will.
Back to the
Take another
field.
bite of my grilled cheese.
And it's just got that really good like crunch on it, you know. Antonio, Ashley comes over. She's the good friend. Like everyone, she's just friends with everybody. Not as like has their shit together like Horatio, but just the social butterfly. It belongs to every group. You could probably send Ashley to infiltrate any group to find out what's going on. She comes and sits down and just says, that was really nice what you did.
Well, you're gonna have to narrow it down for me. Do a lot of nice things.
You know what I mean. You packed that bag for Jordan.
Technically, Cliffy did that. So I mean, we should really be thanking him. He does so much for everyone,
And Cliff behind you is like, he just kind of like beams. He's like, stands up a little taller.
Oh, good for Cliff.
Yeah. And Ashley said, yes, but Cliff doesn't do anything unless you say, give the okay. So we all know that it came from you.
I do sign his timesheets, if that's what you're saying, sure. But
Yes. But the question really is, though, and she just gives you this stare, like, why?
and Jordan, I just felt bad for them for this whole situation. Clearly, Jason or Rec, I believe, as he likes to be called, is in the wrong here. I just thought a little something nice would just cheer Jordan right now.
Well, I mean, we all know Rec is Rec. Like, I didn't believe what was going on, but you never know. I had to take him over there. But I just don't understand. No offense, Antonio, but you tend to be out for yourself. It just seems odd. Like Jordan could have come and just gotten their own food. Like you didn't have to pack a lunch.
Ashley.
Ash is fine.
What do we go by here? Got it.
Ash is fine.
Ash. Jordan has this incredible drive. I don't know if you've seen it, but I have, and I don't know. I'm just of the mind that I don't know that would have allowed them to eat today. So and yeah, you're right. I do tend to look out for myself, but you know what? If we're all doing better, isn't that good for all of us, etc.? Better drummers, better band, I tide raises all ships or whatever. I'm not sure. My dad tries to say that one, and
And she just starts laughing at you, just like, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're learning how to get along and helping everybody. It was just really nice to see you do something like that. So
it wasn't it?
Doing that. And she ends up walking away. Penny, you've delivered your message. Yeah.
Yeah. As she walks away, I'd like to turn to Red and say, eyes on that one all day. until I tell you otherwise.
And Red just looks at you and just slowly starts circling the room.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what Red does. Because they're good at what they do.
Oh, yeah.
Penny, you've delivered your message. So what are you doing now?
I would have gone back to whatever like circle of people I was sitting with, and continue eating lunch. Probably sitting with Veronica and probably Jordan and Roger too if they're there.
Yep. Yeah, Veronica's there as well as Chad. Chad is the he's the prodigy, but this one he's so good at everything, every single instrument that he picks up. But he kind of, he's the one that hates it because it was pushed on him.
Mm.
But he's just talking to. One of the things he loves is just actually talking to everybody. But he's also still, he's a little overbearing. Like, yeah, it's just like last time I just picked up the bassoon and stuff. It only took me about a day and a half to do whatever I needed to, and after that, I got bored with it. And I was talking to Veronica, and also as well, let's just Veronica right there, and they're like, "Hey, Penny."
And as I'm overhearing this and walking up, I'll say, I think it might be time to try something new, don't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I came here. I figured, I could probably at least learn something or, teach other people, the knowledge of my skills.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I figure I could bring just a level of everything here up if I joined.
Yeah. So you're really good at like picking up instruments, right?
I mean, I'm really honestly anything, to be perfectly, yeah.
Yeah, anything?
Mm-hmm,
Here, let me show you a few tosses.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's step on over here and I'll teach you a few tosses. See
Okay.
how we do.
All right. So yeah, he steps on over and he picks one up and he's like, okay, all right. What is it that you want him to do?
I'm just gonna show him. We'll start off easy. I'm gonna show him like the basic spins,
Mhm.
basic single spins.
Okay.
I'm assuming he'll pick that up pretty easily.
And he's able to do that. Like, that's pretty, he's a dexterous kind of guy. He's, oh, yeah. Oh, this is really cool. I like that. Because he's like, everyone loves the spinning flag, What is it that you want him to do that's really physical? He's going to fail at.
Well, I was gonna have him work up to it, build his confidence a little bit so that the embarrassment hit harder. So it will start with the single, start with the spins, start with a single, have him do one like really easy basic toss, and then I am going to show him what is called a rainbow toss, which is you basically just like have your hand on one end of the flag and like fling it up in the air and it spins at like a 45-degree angle, and then like it's really dangerous.
Okay.
It's very hard to do. So I'm gonna show him that, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, your turn.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. And he's just like, you should step back probably. Hold on.
And I'll take a very gracious step back.
I want you to roll me a lash out physically. So that's a volatile roll.
Okay. Me. Okay. 8.
Okay. So you have to choose one. So he is going to get harmed. But he also learns something about your true nature and he'll gain a string on you. The MC decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
I think I want you to decide how bad the harm turns out.
Okay. Now, is this inside or is this outside? Because the inside is big enough inside to be able to do this, or did you all go outside?
Yeah, well, we'd probably be wherever there are more people.
Okay. Yeah, so everyone's inside. No one's sitting outside. Either in their cabins, in the practice rooms, or in the cafeteria. So yeah, there's a nice cleared space. Everyone cleared out a little bit because they wanted to see this. And he's, he and just tosses it up. But it's kind of, and he sets back. He misjudges it and trips. Falls backwards. And it ends up point down right on his forehead. Knocked right out. Now, tell me, because I don't know, do these flags have points or are they dull?
They do not, flags do not have points. They have like rubber caps on the end,
Okay.
but they have like little weights in each end. So it's pretty heavy, but it is like a blunt rubber kind of thing.
Yeah. He falls right over. It comes right down right on his face here. He's knocked out completely. And it just like hits that. You hear just that thud right on his head. It clatters off to the side. He's not moving at all. What do you do?
So I think this would count as when you hurt someone more than you meant to, which is one of the moves I took. So I'm gonna mark experience, and I'm gonna look and be like, someone should go get the nurse from the tent. He definitely has a concussion.
I think suddenly, Roger, you're like, whoop, someone get hurt? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I think I was filming this whole time.
Okay.
And I will pause it after the call for the nurse. And I'm just going to send it to Penny. Just so she has it, just in case.
So you do it. But you're not the only one. Everyone was filming it at the same time.
I will offer to carry him to the nurse tent
Oh boy,
with my beefy trombone arms.
your beefy trombone arms. So, several people have now picked him up, but he's not responsive at all. He's either passed out. People are like, no, he's got a beat. I think it's weak though. Like, I don't understand. Like, everyone's like pushing at the wrong location, but they're just like, like knocking his head around. The guy with the head injury, they're just like constantly hitting.
Yeah, they're gonna give him whiplash on top of the concussion.
Yeah, exactly. The medic that comes in, they're like, put him down. And they do, and like they're taking care of him, and they tell everyone to clear out. Everyone's outside the cafeteria now. What do you do? Patty, you almost killed somebody.
Is there like some adult around that's like asking like what happened? Like if they didn't see it?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
But I'm sure there will be.
Okay. All right. In that case, I was pretty like genuinely shocked when he was worse than I thought he would be. I just thought he was gonna embarrass himself a little bit, but that is not what happened. So I'm gonna be like just like really shocked. I didn't know that was gonna happen, and like I'm like standing near Veronica and I follow everybody outside, and just feel like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Like getting a little bit emotional.
And Veronica just turns at you and goes like, why did you teach him that? You had to train for that move for a year. Why did you make him?
But he's good at everything, so I thought he'd be able to get it.
Penny, you've gotten so much worse since you've gotten here. Why do you have to be so competitive?
He's not even in the color guard. How could I be competing with him?
Exactly. Why did you have to do that? He's not.
I don't know what you're talking about. He wanted to learn stuff, and he likes to be good at things, and he is good at things. So I was trying to teach him something new, so he could be good at something else too.
Yeah, now he's
sharing it with him.
Now he's being good at being a rock. Look at him. He's on the floor. He's being the best plank ever.
Yeah, Yeah, and I wasn't expecting him to do that. You know, normally when people know they're gonna screw up a toss, they run away from it so they don't get hit.
Well, he was trying to. So he was showing off a little bit, but you didn't have to teach him that move. You knew it was dangerous.
But then
Those
how is
things are
that my
heavy.
fault?
You know, if you have the knowledge, you should. Sometimes you know what you have. You know what? Never mind. And she walks away from you, heads down towards the lake. She's like, I don't. Just leave me alone for a second.
Okay. I'm not gonna follow her. She clearly needs to cool off a little bit.
Indeed. Roger, you just saw Penny and Veronica just like have this fight. What do you do?
I want to see if Bradford saw it.
He did. He's off to the.
Okay.
He's kind of like just being that little sneaky guy, just off to the side. You know, he didn't move. He's not doing anything about it, but he's not. You know, he didn't not notice it.
I'm gonna move over to Bradford and just be like, God, that was dramatic.
Yeah, wasn't it?
So wild. You know, I pictured them for all camp at least, maybe even into school. Sophomore.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, well, Penny is not exactly the most stable of people, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's always, you know, Penny's always pissing off Veronica, doing, you know, doing things like that. You know, Veronica's a nice person.
You know a lot about their relationship. Do you and Veronica really get along then?
Yeah, we talk all the time. She's, you know, Veronica comes over and talks to me during breaks and stuff. You know, it just opens up to me.
Wow. Didn't figure like you two would have a lot in common, but that's it's really interesting.
Yeah, her family came from Connecticut, so we bonded over that.
Wow. That's cool. Well, you know, now that she's feeling upset, you know, she might need a friend, so just a thought.
You know, you're not wrong.
Lake's nice at night. Real nice, like romantic nice. I took a date out there last week. It went well. Just saying.
And he just, you know, how tall are you, by the way?
Oh gosh, probably a bit like 5'7", not tall.
All right, because I imagine Bradford's that 6'1" guy. You know,
Yeah.
he's just kind of like
8'5".
8 foot size. Yeah. So he kind of looks down. Just, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
I mean,
I'm
I
not
get
coming on
this.
to you.
but like, why do you care? You're
I don't
kind of
know.
pushing. You're kind of pushing this a little bit. Why do you care?
I like to see people happy, okay?
Yeah. All right. Good talking. And he smacks you on the back.
Oh God.
Antonio, you come out with your crew. You know, the last one's out because no one tells you what to do. And people are starting to disperse. What do you do?
Well, I would like to think we were also the last ones out because I was busy. So I made sure that Martina filmed the whole thing and fall down, ouchie, right? And then post it to TikTok so then I could duet with it to post a reaction.
Yeah,
you know. So we were doing that. And
on-site reaction, yeah. You're not afterwards. You got to make it as fresh as possible.
Exactly right. So I posted my reaction, just like and subscribe, et cetera. And now we're coming out. I've also hit up the cafeteria staff, and I was like, "Did you see this? This was tragic. Oh, I'm all riled up. Is there like an extra like cookie back there or something?" And I'm like, tried to like get a little something for the road, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you did. They really enjoy your attention. They really like it.
Everybody does.
They, I don't know if they fall in love with you, but they just like immediately after they met you, they're just like, oh, Antonio, how are you?
I love brightening people's day, so this is great. Yeah.
As you come outside, you see Bradford walking away from Roger after just like, and you see Natalie off in the distance, just kind of like, and she has one of your jackets.
Mine.
Yeah, one of yours.
One of mine.
One of your jackets.
Her little kombucha hands all over it. Just sticky mitts just in my pockets.
Yep, she's just like, she's got it over. She's got one arm in it, but the other arm's just like dancing with it. Just off into the distance a little bit. It's not one of your best jackets, but it's the one you look really good in for the campfire.
I do look good, and I was hoping there'd be a campfire tonight.
Yeah, usually there's one every couple of days.
Yeah, I turned to Cliffy. I'm gonna ask him very nicely to retrieve my garment. I was like, Cliffy, I believe there's been a confusion. Natalie. Sometimes up is down and all of that. I think maybe she thought an article of my clothing was her clothing, and I understand how she's made that mistake. And I don't hold it against her. But Cliffy, if you could be a doll, and just please, and just put a hand right on his chest, just maybe go get that for me. And then in the same breath, I turn to Martina. I'm like, Martina, please be an angel. Do me a huge solid. Stain stick in my footlocker. It's just a once over on the jacket, and maybe even one of those little. I have it's for emergencies only, right? I have a smudge stick in there as well, and just like to give you give it just a nice once over with that, because I don't know what. We just don't know. Thank you, both of you. Thank you so much. I need to sit down.
Yeah. You just there's a couple of benches next to the cafeteria. They're really nice, surprisingly comfortable for benches.
I produce a hand fan from I don't even know where, and I'm just.
Yep. Cliff goes over, and you see Cliff just tap on her shoulder. She turns around and just hands over the jacket, and she just reaches up and pecks him on the cheek, and you feel this rush in your own body of some emotion. I want you to roll me a shut someone down.
Oh, got it. And that is cold. Mm-hmm. And question.
Yeah.
Do I because Cliff's involved and he's a member of my gang, do I add my gang
plus
to that as well? Oh, so then I'm told that 2, so that's 9 total.
Okay. So as you get to choose one of those, she doesn't have any strings on you, so it doesn't matter if they have no strings on you. Gain 1 on them. Mm-hmm. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward.
I'll take a string on them, I think.
Okay. Go ahead and write it down however you want on that one. You feel this sensation coming through Cliff. You normally felt with the 3 of them, either no emotions coming from them or they mimic yours very well. Mm-hmm. It's not usually independent. In this case, it's extremely independent. You could feel Cliff essentially having some kind of romantic feeling for Natalie. He's feeling very attracted to Natalie. This is not something you're feeling towards Natalie.
Mhm.
So it's like, you're now just like, whoa, what?
Fan myself even faster.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay. Penny. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Jordan. Jordan, you and Elijah are down by the lake. You've heard this commotion going on. You don't know what's, it's just people coming out of the cafeteria. But you and Elijah have been sitting down there just having a chat. What have you been chatting about?
What instrument does Elijah play?
Elijah plays, I think, he's aging out. So let's go with my music majors. Give me an instrument.
Baritone? Marching baritone?
Marching baritone. There we go.
Sure, great.
He plays the marching baritone.
Okay. So I would like to talk to him about that instrument. And basically I just want to get a gauge on him for like how difficult he thinks that instrument is. Because I'm reconsidering my entire life right now.
Well, the discussion's kind of gone back and forth. And he's discussed how like that's the one he's focused on this entire, the entire time, and he's realized over let's just go with 4 years. The 4 years he's
Right.
gone through all this that, there are more things in life than just this.
Are there? I don't think
Yes.
there are.
I think yes. Trust me, Jordan. Trust me. Music is my passion, but
Yeah. That's it.
I don't. Okay. I understand. I really do. But don't worry about it. Tomorrow I'm sure you're gonna get on the field, and if you can't, trust me, I will help you out with that. Okay.
I'm going to do everything in my power to be on that field tomorrow.
Okay, fantastic. And you both look over. It's starting to it's that sunset time, dusk time, at this point, and you both see like Jason kind of sneaking off into the woods into that direction, and Elijah just, what's he doing down here? Penny. It's now about the time that you told that Jason that Natalie is meeting him down here.
After dinner.
After dinner.
So I have already been down at the lake for a few minutes. I walked around the back to where people don't usually go, and I slipped into the water, and I'm in the water, and I'm kind of just like waiting under the surface until I hear familiar voices.
What voices are those?
Well, I'm listening for Jason. I'm also listening for Veronica because she walked down here earlier. But Jason, Natalie, and then did you say Bradford walked over here too?
Nope, he hasn't walked over here now.
No, okay.
Veronica
so
went down.
I'm mostly just listening for Jason.
Yeah, Veronica's actually on the dock. She's just kind of, got her feet dangling off the dock and just kind of. And you recognize that. Jason has walked out a little bit around to the giant tree that's on the property, and he's just kind of going back and forth, making a lot of noise, just kind of like, and as an idea of what he's doing, he's taking those drumsticks and just doing that to all the foliage around to mark his way, because doing that actually clears things out instead of just destroying things.
Doesn't even respect the drumsticks.
Doesn't even respect the drumsticks. He doesn't need to, because he's part of a band. Like, outside. Like, he can get drumsticks wherever. Plus, if they're beat up, that means he's like cool and stuff.
So if he's by the tree, I'm looking at our little map. It's fairly far away from the dock. Yeah, it's not within hearing distance. Maybe we're around that other side that's like kind of out of eyesight.
Correct.
So I'm gonna just kind of give him a little scare. I'm gonna make the water like bubble in a couple random places and have like nothing shows up there, just like bubble in a couple places.
Mm-hmm.
Far enough apart that it could be a fish, but a little too close for it to be fish.
Okay.
And then assuming that got his attention, so if I like, because I kind of know how sound works underwater, but like for, a mythical creature that works in the water, would if I like talked underwater, would he be able to hear?
Sure.
Like clearly enough? Okay. So I'm just gonna say wreck a couple times in different spots. So it's like coming from different places. Yeah. So it's like this disembodied voice that he's hearing. And then I'm gonna be like, think you're the best?
All right. Yeah, so he's in that area, right? And you have those bubbles, and he's like, oh. He flips around his drumstick and just kind of sticks it in the water in that area because he figures, it's a fish, whatever. But he doesn't have a fishing. But the bubbles are still popping up, and then he sees more off to his side, and then more. Do you grab the stick?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I'm just gonna snatch it, like completely out of the water, slip out of his hands.
And
Gone.
he's looking. He's like, oh crap. And he starts walking into the water to see if he can get it, and he puts his hand in.
I'm just gonna give the drumstick like a light toss so it like goes back up on the shore, like past him.
And he's at this point like shin deep, right, in some mud and water, and his hands just like. At this point, D, is that when you start talking to him?
Yeah, start saying wreck in a couple different places, and be like, do you think you're the best, wreck?
He's looking around. Just what else do you do?
And as he's looking around, I'm just gonna keep egging him on, like, you didn't really get that hurt, did you?
And
that wasn't really that much of a problem, was it?
He's starting to freak out, and he's like trying to get out of the mud.
I'm trying to think of like one more thing to say to really freak him out. Make him question his conscience. So I'm gonna. So the thing when you're like in a large body of water. Sorry, something weird just happened with my computer. When you're like in a large body of water and then you're like super paranoid about the fish and like a seaweed brushes you and you like freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like brush past one of his legs a little bit, just enough to like feel like a piece of algae or something, and be like, was it worth it?
Okay. And as he's like just that final thing, because he doesn't wear regular shoes, like for the most part he wears sandals. And that's what he wears all the time, right? And you just have that as he's heading out, just that right in the back of his leg. It's like, was it worth it? And he's just freaking out. He's like grabbing his stick and he just boom all the way out, not even waiting, just going. And he like bursts out of the woods. And as he's passing Bradford, who's heading towards the dock, Roger, what are you doing?
Um, I am keeping an eye on when Bradford heads into the woods, but I also want to just keep an eye on Jordan as well. Where are they?
Jordan's in the water.
Or by the water.
Jordan's by the water. Okay.
By the water or in the water?
Oh, I'm not in the water. I wouldn't have
Oh,
thought of
sorry.
that.
I was thinking of Penny. Sorry, I apologize. By the water, just left to the I imagined it just like the north side of the north side of the dock.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for Jordan, actually.
Okay. Yeah, it's easily found. Jordan and Elijah are just sitting there, and they're just having a nice chat. Elijah just kind of sees you. Hey, Roger.
Hey, Conjon's looking for you, Elijah.
Oh, okay, cool. Just Jordan, remember what I said, okay? And
Yeah. Why
we'll get
is
everything-
Kanjan looking for you?
Probably to get some paperwork filled out for me leaving this year. I don't know.
Are
it'll be
you
fine.
sure she wasn't looking for me?
Yeah, I'm sure. Definitely Elijah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, remember what I said, and we'll get it sorted out. Trust me, we'll get you on the field tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And he gets up and he just like dusts off, and he passes by Roger, and you can say what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan. What did he say? What did he mean? Remember what he said?
Just that we're gonna make sure that I get on the field tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why Kanjan was looking for him?
Conjon's not looking for him.
Oh, thank God.
I actually heard what he said. And I understand what you're going through. You know, for some of us, music is actually everything. And
Yeah,
there aren't more things to life.
you're right. This is it.
How did you come to that decision, I guess?
I mean, I don't got a lot else going on, honestly. This is kind of all that I have.
It's all right. It's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
If you can have this, you can have everything, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. This is everything.
What if I told you that you could have this forever? Music, that is.
I mean, that's what I'm going for.
What do you mean what you're going for?
That's like my number one goal
Really?
is to just do music forever.
Yeah. So you would welcome being able to do music forever.
Yeah.
I can help. I know you had thought about getting extreme with it, and I just thought that rather than not to be put too fine a word on it, the devil you know, and I feel like we could work together on this. What do you think about that?
I mean, what do you got in mind?
Hypothetically, what if, I don't know, you could lengthen your life somehow unnaturally?
Is that a thing?
I've heard of it. Have you heard of anything like that?
No.
What if I had? I know a lot of things. Is it at least something you'd like to try?
Maybe?
Okay.
That's something I had considered.
How far would you go, do you think? Hypothetically.
I mean, I'm already in this pretty far.
How far?
Pretty far.
Maybe we shouldn't go too far now. It's just something to think about. Research, maybe.
How do I do that?
I don't know, on your cellular phone. You have the internet.
Okay. Yeah, I do have the internet.
Yeah. I'm having trouble using mine. I can't seem to connect out here. Do you think you can give me a hand? And I'm just gonna like
Sure.
get in their personal space.
Okay.
See, I try and open this application here, and it says no connection. Do you feel that? No connection? Or do you have a connection?
I mean, no, mine works fine.
You have a connection.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, like, are you attached to the Wi-Fi?
What is that?
The Wi-Fi?
Yes, what is the password?
We're not savages.
Yeah, the password, it's formations 1, 2, 3. It's really easy to
Formations.
remember.
I have dyslexia. Can you help me spell this? And I'm just gonna kind of like hook my chin on their shoulder and just FORM.
At this point, Roger, I would like you to roll a turn someone on.
Oh no.
It's a 10.
Oh no.
You get a string on Jordan. But, Jordan, you get to choose a reaction.
Okay, let me go in here.
Got 3 strings on you, Jordan.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Which means I believe you get something special as well in your playbook because they have 3 strings on you. You get to, in this case, you get to choose one of the below. I give myself to you. I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward.
Like I'm already acting awkward. Okay.
What? No.
That might just be Caleb breaking through. Okay. I'm gonna go in here. I promise something I think you want. I mean, I'm gonna promise that I will do this research that you're suggesting, to potentially look into this life thing.
That's so great. You know, some of the best research, they say, is practical. Do you mind if I try something?
No, I don't
Great.
mind.
Okay. If you are okay with it, I'm going to go for your neck.
Okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Jordan's
It's not
all
gonna
in.
be like really violent or anything. It's gonna be like kind of hot and then like a little prick, just a little bit. But I think it's gonna be just a little bit enough to notice something's off. And it's gonna pull back.
What? Okay.
What did you do?
Just now?
No, that's great. I'm sorry. That was too far, probably. I just got carried away.
I
I'm so
mean,
sorry.
like, I was okay with it. It was just kind of weird.
Okay. Well, if you're okay with it, then I'm okay with it.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question, Roger. Did you actually feed from Jordan, or was it just a pinprick?
I think it was just a pinprick. I don't think I fed
Okay.
from Jordan. Yeah. Just testing the waters.
Okay. Jordan, you did feel that kind of weird pinprick, but I think you just assumed it was like a mosquito bite. Just it's just
Yeah.
starting to come out, just like that's weird. You do that, it already got some on me. Dang it. It's that mosquito they already took out the blood, just damn. Antonio, what are you doing? You just got your jacket back from Cliff, and Cliff is just kind of like, here you go. It has this kind of like glazy look in their eye.
I put a hand on Cliff's hand and ask, "Is everything okay, Cliffy?"
Oh yeah, and that everything clears up.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for the jacket, and then I make sure to thank Martina as well. Thank you for the once over, the stain stick. It's can't even smell the vinegar anymore. And then yeah, I think I would put on said jacket, right, and start heading out from our cabin and look for like a campfire or just kind of what everyone's up to go kind of butt
And
in.
From the from you go, it's right behind the cafeteria, and it's full view of the lake and the forest, and you can see everything around. And the person that's there is Horatio, and he's like, "Hey, it's the start of the fire."
Of course you did.
And it's
Always
just
do.
this nice, huge, wonderful bonfire that wasn't, just like usually bonfires take just a second, but no, this was no one smelled the fire beforehand. It was you come around and there was a nice big bonfire, lots of chairs around, enough for everyone to sit at or logs. It's very cozy. What do you do? It's just you and Horatio at the moment, with the three following behind.
A delightful trio. Yeah. Wow. Say, Horatio, this isn't this just picture perfect as always. How do you do it?
I mean, they had the supplies right here. I mean, they're in the box back there. And he's just like warming up. It's starting to get a little chilly.
Of course, the supplies are right there. How silly of me.
Yep.
I go. He's standing by the fire? Okay. Yeah, I just kind of go up and I just wonder, as he's wringing the hands, I just put my hands on the outside of his. Like, how are you? I feel like I just haven't seen you today.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you didn't, I left out right after breakfast and stuff, and, I had, and everything, and especially what happened with Jason and everything. That was terrible. But no, everything's been fine. Like, it was, practice day tomorrow or for today, and the final tomorrow.
Big day.
Big day. It's everybody's big day. What about you? How was your day?
Oh, it was great. Got to take a little me time this morning, really get mentally prepared for practice. Lots of commotion in the old cafeteria today. I think we're all shooken up a little from between Jason and then blank Chad, right? Chad, with what happened to Chad, I'm surprised more of us aren't in a tizzy.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. They're already taking care of him, but yeah.
Where were you when that went down? I wonder.
I was in the cabin. I was in my cabin.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, didn't grab lunch today.
No, no, not today. Not today. No, I wasn't feeling lunch. I didn't need it after my breakfast.
Well, everybody needs. We all need 3 squares a day. Even
That's
you.
actually apocryphal. You don't actually need that. You just need the nutrition you had. That's why mine was like pretty well balanced. I had some carbs and everything, but the protein and the fruit. I actually had some vegetables a little later, so I'm actually good. I'm solid. But I do have some snacks. I got some snacks here, and he like opens up his bag, and he's got some some healthy snacks in his bag. Do you want some?
I, no, thank you. But I'm sure maybe Cliff or Martina or Red snacks, kids
Yeah.
snacks.
Do they head over? Did you mentally tell them it's okay?
I mean, yeah, they can. Right, yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, they like tear into it. Like they're like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, it's great. And he kind of looks at you a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of sidles over, and he's, oh, your jacket smells really good.
Does it?
Yeah, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder where everyone else is.
I've been wondering that myself. Usually, a site like this just brings everyone on out, but I guess everyone else maybe has their own agenda this evening or getting some rest. Like you said, tomorrow's a big day.
Yeah. You worried about it?
No, not
No?
particularly. Trying
That's
not
good.
to stress.
I'm good. That's good. I mean, I'm glad. You're pretty great at the trombone.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Say just sort of
You just like,
shake, yeah, just toss the hair a little bit. Maybe shake some dust out
yeah.
in his direction.
In his direction. What does the dust do?
I think it's just flavor, honestly.
What does it taste like? What does the flavor taste like? Is it just like a really mild, like you have to like add a lot of it to taste anything, or is it just that extra oomph?
I would think because it is fungal in nature, it has this sort of like it would maybe be like a weird. I don't know if you're familiar with like peppery milk corn, but it's like a mushroom that you can dry and then grind down. It's like tastes like pepper. But it just has this sort of like unrecognizable kind of spice to it. Like if you catch a whiff of it, it might be sweet if that's kind of your thing, or it might have this like sort of savory or this umami. It sort of like tends to just be appealing to the receiver, if you will. And I like to think it's part of how I'm exerting my control over my gang, but I just don't exactly know how it works, just that it does. So
Okay.
it's just sort of like this buckshot approach right now. I'm like, maybe if I'm in the air, maybe if I'm putting people's food, maybe if I put it in a joint. I don't know, just trying to figure out. We're all just trying to figure things out. You know what I mean?
That's great because when you do that, it does do something to Horatio, and I want you to roll turn someone on for me.
Oh, yeah. And then is my gang helping me with this?
Yep.
Okay. So then that went really far. That's a 7 total.
7 total.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, here's what we're gonna do. Is Horatio's gonna come up to you and just start feeling really close to you, like, like what is it about your jacket? Like it's just like, what's that smell? And just get really uncomfortably close.
I what is I'm trying to remember what it would I said, well, like, I put a hand on his chest, I'm like, I did have Martina smudge it a little bit for me earlier, so it might have that sort of like pre-campfire smell to it. That might be it. And as I say that, I sort of move my hand from his chest to sort of like his side really slowly, you know?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I can smell that, but there's something else. And he like grabs your hand. And he does that Oscar Isaac with Jessica Chastain, and just like in your armpit area, like there's something else. What is it? And he's getting right into your body. What do you do? And he's like starting to like just kind of like feel around you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like as he's like down in there, I mean, I just maybe try to like pull his face out of there, out of the armpit specifically,
Yeah.
right? Maybe not like back away or anything. And because if he's like down, then I'm maybe looking down. You know, if he's down in here, maybe I'm looking down at him a bit. And I say, you know what, Horatio, I'm not sure myself, but maybe we can find out together.
Okay. Yeah. Roger and Jordan, as you're coming back, you're seeing, because this is right there from where you're the Leica, and you're seeing Horatio just like twisting himself around Antonio. Antonio's just what the unsure, and the three just Penny, you're coming out of the water in the weeds just off to the side, so no one can see you. You also see this scene, and I'm assuming you're confused because Horatio's usually in control of himself. He's got his shit together. But you also notice off to your side, Bradford is sat with Veronica, and they're both doing that whole dangling feet thing at the end of the dock, and they're just talking. They got their hands behind them on the dock, you know. What do you do?
I'm gonna stay in the water for a moment, and I'm gonna just go on over there and just like make myself unnoticed under the dock and listen in, see what they're saying.
Okay. As you go over there, you hear you get closer and closer. You get right underneath. And you see, you know, like the lattice work of the, and you see their feet just kind of like, and you hear Bradford just say, you know, after everyone leaves, you know, like everyone kind of goes back to what they're doing. I go back to Connecticut for Christmas and stuff. I know you got family out there. We could totally just meet up. What do you hear Veronica say? What do you think Veronica would say to that? What kind of person is she that she would say?
So I think Veronica like wants to be a good person, right? And that's why she was scolding me earlier. But also like she knows about me and like isn't always a great person and like is not trying to be like goody two shoes all the time, but like knows about Penny and still is with her. So I think she would be like, she would kind of pick that up as like the first time she's picking up that he's like hitting on her, as opposed to like just being friends. So I imagine she like sits up a little straighter and is like, yeah.
And he goes, yeah, absolutely, you know, and he like, you know, it's like, I just, you know, let me give you my number, and then we can, you know, you get out there when you visit everybody. Well, we can just hook up. We can go to that one special restaurant that's really expensive that I don't know because I don't know Connecticut. I mean, totally. I got, you know, my family knows their family, and I could totally get reservations.
So I think Veronica would respond, well, you know, I also have like family out in like New Mexico, and I think we might actually be going there for the holidays. So I think we might just like, you know, it's about time for campfire, right?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell is? Why is Horatio hugging Antonio?
I don't know. Let's go find out.
Yeah, let's go. And he gets up, and you hear just a wet thump on the dock as they both head back.
And then as they head back out, I'm gonna, very discreetly go out in the little hidden place and come out of the water, and I'll like conveniently catch up with them as
Okay.
they're heading toward the campfire.
Like, hello, Penny. I didn't even know you were here. Veronica, on the other hand, looks at you and does know that you were there. And she just kind of gives you this side glance. Because she knows.
I'm gonna say, hey, Brenna, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll like pull her off to the side just a little bit out of Bradford's earshot.
Right.
And I'm gonna say, you know what? You were right. I'm really sorry about earlier. I shouldn't have done it. It was too much. I'm gonna try to do better.
I know you will. I just really hope that you know that I know that you are better than what you're doing every time you do those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, let's go to the campfire and find out why Horatio's doing that to Antonio.
Yeah,
Right at this
pretty
point,
interesting.
Antonio, you're just kind of holding off Horatio as he's just like sniffing on your wrist, and everyone's starting to gather. Roger and Jordan, you've come upon. You're at the campfire now. What do you think about what is going on with Horatio?
I mean, honestly, I'm just very confused. Because like he seems to be really put together generally and be really on top of things, and this just seems weird, especially for someone to do in public. And I'm just like, why?
Well, he's on top of something right now.
Yeah. Do you say anything?
I mean, I guess as I get closer, because I'm assuming at some point he will notice me. But if he's really focused on this, once we get like right up by the campfire, I'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
I just really like Antonio's jacket. Yeah. And he keeps like not paying attention to, not giving you any kind of eye contact, but he is lucid enough to talk.
Okay, then I'll attempt to make eye contact with Antonio, and be like, is that okay?"
I'm just, I can't say that Antonio doesn't like the attention, right?
That's fair.
He looks and says, we're just seeing where this goes. Apparently, I have an alluring fragrance. What can I say? I didn't know this about myself until now. Horatio's just trying to figure out something. And I'm just
Like Horatio's just now starting to just do that behind your back thing, just
Okay. Maybe you should do this not here. This seems like a private thing.
I just sort of turn to Horatio. Is there anyone else in your cabin right now?
looks around. Jason's not here, but otherwise no.
And it's sort of kind of maybe not, let's say low, almost like a whisper. It's like maybe something. Maybe if we want to keep doing what we're doing, we go do this there. So not we don't have so many prying eyes and all that.
Okay. And he's just he's trying to calm down because he's trying to get his shit together.
Aren't we all?
And he goes to sit down. This is the first time you've seen Horatio since you've known him. Just kind of being really just losing it, really. Just He's shaking. He's sitting down. He's holding on to the log that he's like. What do you do?
I say, you know what? I just like getting close. I'm like, Horatio, honey, why don't you go ahead and just, you look like you're having a spell here or something. Why don't you just take 3 really deep breaths? And I just make sure to get really close when I tell him to do that.
Okay. Like. What do you do?
I just look him in the eyes, it's like maybe thinking he's kind of breathed in more of whatever it is or, whatnot. I just gotta look him straight in the eyes and go, there. Don't you feel better?
Much. I want everyone at this point to roll me a gaze into the abyss roll.
Ooh.
This is just like a flat roll, right? We don't add any other stats to it.
No, it's your dark.
Dark.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got 8.
I got 10.
I got
8,
6.
10, 6, 9. Okay. All right. For everyone who made the roll, okay, you start seeing the fire has now started to kind of become this like alluring, just kind of making you sleepy and just like that. How a fire does at a campfire. You start looking into it a little bit. You've kind of drawn to it a little bit. Everyone actually is. Who was it that got the 10? Penny, you're looking into the fire and you are seeing deeper into this fire, but you're seeing everyone around you and they're all just kind of swaying back and forth. Everyone else, you feel like you're so sleepy and so sleepy and so sleepy. Jordan and Roger, you two start having these flashes of just emotions constantly. Jordan, what is your biggest fear?
Getting kicked out of the band.
This fear starts to manifest in your in a dream, and it's just like flashes, just quick, just.
Oh no.
Roger, what does it feel like? Someone's following you in your dreams. Like, who is it?
I think it's vampire hunters.
Okay, you feel the same. It feels like you're in a long hallway, and you're just everything. Just you feel this panic. There's something you don't feel because you're a vampire. Why would you feel panic over even a vampire hunter? You've lived so many years, but you feel just like heart thumping, something you haven't felt since you became a vampire. Panic. Antonio, you on the other hand, I'm going to ask you this question. You feel alone because you have lost your crew. You don't know where they are. You can't sense them. You can't feel them anymore. You are alone. You're almost in a void. Penny, you see this all happening, and you just hear this ominous laughter around you, and you hear the words "form up," just a laughter and just saying "form up," and everything goes into darkness, and everyone wakes up. You're not together, the four of you. The four of you are in separate rooms. In some place, their walls are all the way up. It's almost like kind of a dungeony wall, walls area. Antonio, you are there with Horatio and Natalie. They are on the floor with you. Jordan, you're there with Jason and Elijah.
What?
Roger, you're there with Nicholas. And let's see, Nicholas and Veronica and Bradford. And Penny, you are actually in a room with Chad. That's how I write it. In a room with Chad. You all wake up. Everyone else is still passed out. This room that you're all in, again, very viney. It's a dungeony room. But all along the walls are skeletons. All of them wearing band uniforms, holding their instruments. And that's where we're going to end this session.
What the fuck?
No. What?
So,
Yes. Big yikes. Oh no. I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I'm in
Oh
danger.
my god. What? Okay.
Not
Yeah.
great.
So, we will be back next Saturday, continuing on this story. Also, hashtag justice for Jordan.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like,
Thank you for everyone
Jesus.
starting that in the
Jordan.
chat. That was great.
Amazing.
Question.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Did Jason show up at the campfire?
No, he was not there.
He was just like gone. Okay.
He just appeared in the room with me anyway.
He's
Fuck
there in the room
him.
with you anyway.
Oh my god.
Right? He shows up whenever the hell he wants. God.
I have an enemy. Okay.
Make sure I just write this down. So that next Saturday, I remember who it was this time. Anyway, so thank you so much for everyone who has shown up
Yes.
in the chat. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And we will see you next Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And have a good rest of the weekend.
Yeah.